Well, good morning, good morning. We are gathering for coffee with Casper. We'll gong ourselves in about 2 minutes. Well, we were there. Let's see if we're back. Oh, we're on YouTube, I see. Casper down. Good boy. Hang on a second. There we go. We seem to be up and running. Got another minute to go. We'll gong ourselves in. We'll gong ourselves in with the gang. Hola, aloha from Hawaii. Good morning from Arizona. Good to see you guys this morning. All right, Casper, you're going to come up and say hello. Casper, come on up. Come on up. Come on. Come on, big boy. That a boy. There's the Casper. We're getting ready to roll. Good morning from Central Oregon. Good morning from Palm Desert. Good to see you all this morning. Here we go. We are getting ready to roll. Good morning from Albuquerque. Good to see you this morning. There's a smiley face dog if you ever saw one. There you go. Happy boy. Well, we're glad to see you here this morning. We got about a few seconds and we'll gong ourselves in. We welcome you from wherever you are. Right now we're in New Mexico, California, Oregon, Hawaii. There we go, in North Carolina, South Carolina. All right, good to see you, South Carolina this morning. Good morning. From Hollywood, beautiful, glamorous Hollywood. All right, nice to see everybody this morning. All right, there's our 8:30. Let's gong ourselves in. Here we go. Let's everybody take a big deep breath, and we're going to take a big deep breath in and let out the sound ah. This time we're going to do it again, and this time when you take the big deep breath in, allow that breath to rise up into your heart center. And we relax the shoulders. And just become present to this moment now. So one of the things that I've been doing during the more than 2 and some odd years that we've been doing Coffee with Casper is reading all the newspapers. I read newspapers from the West Coast and the East Coast here in the United States. Of course, we welcome everybody from all over the world. And what I have noticed in the recent weeks is there's a lot less fear. The fear of the pandemic has gone, it's not gone, it's still present and we're aware of it, but I don't think everybody's afraid, I guess the expression is afraid to death, right? I don't think everybody's afraid of dying anymore. And that has taken some of the edge off of things. And now that causes the things underneath, we have a big problem and then you got the problems underneath it, that's causing the problems underneath it to rise up. And of course the problem underneath it is the lack of global recognition of the idea that we talk about here on Coffee with Casper all the time, which is energy and matter, E equals M, right? The Einstein quote, MC squared, that's all true if you're a mathematician. However, to translate it, energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. And that means they're one thing. Now, when we understand the nature of quantum science, and quantum science is really not that complicated, it simply says the observer looking at anything affects what's happening. So what we would say then is that your attitude about what's happening, your attitude about who you are and what you are, is affecting what you look at in the world. Again, what we know here as light workers gathered to support each other in finding ways to heal, uplift, inspire, and bring forth more life. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. We have generations of souls coming in with different gifts than we were born with, just as we had born different gifts than the generations before us. And those all commingle into the oneness that creates the race consciousness, which is affecting what happens in the human experience and indeed on the earth. So the more that we recognize the unity of all things, the more that we recognize that the I am that I am is the I am that energy is, which is the I am that God is, and the word energy and God are equal and interchangeable. You can be used. Oh my goodness, are we not rolling? Yes, we're rolling. And all of a sudden I looked and thought, am I just talking to myself? Good morning from Eureka, the Reverend Angelica. Good to see you this morning. So here's the deal. When I was some 40 years ago, when my wife and I were building a family, birthing a family, there was a bumper sticker out at the time. And the bumper sticker was very simple. It said, there are a lot of white lights. Hola, Sherry and Mike from Oregon. There's a lot of white lights. The bumper sticker said, there's a lot of white lights waiting to be born. Have one. And of course, we have our two adult children now who are parents of their own children. And what we see is that, in fact, they are lights in the world. They bring depth and talents and gifts to the world and to their families. And the grandchildren now, I can see the gifts and talents and emerging within them as they're beginning to understand who they are in their relationship to the whole. But they were born with this innate creativity. It's out of the great expression, out of the mouths of babes come gems. Sometimes children say the most profound and interesting things. And before what I call children get adulterated, meaning they get trained in the race and the conditions of the world, those intuitions and those insights and what they see and the gifts that they have are very, very obvious. And then the more they learn, the more they get the school of hard knocks, we begin to forget those intuitive gifts and pay more attention to our rational mind and what it has already taught us. And as the great master teacher Jesus says, things that are made are not made of things that do appear. In other words, things that are being created in the invisible realm of what we call your consciousness. The sum total of everything you've ever thought, said, done, or experienced is creating your consciousness. Your consciousness is going before you and impressing the law of mind or the law of the circle. Whatever it is that comes from me returns to me as my experience. So here's what we want to do. If there were a lot of white lights waiting to be born, and we're now have on the planet a lot of conscious light workers, and that's what we are. That's what Coffee with Casper is all about. I'm Harry Morgan Moses, Coffee with Casper, and its intention is to create an avenue through which those who are aware of the unity of all life can then lean into that understanding, lean into the intelligence of the universe, right? And allow that intelligence to guide, guard, direct, protect, and lead us into the paths of right action through what is actually your divine individuality. Isn't that spectacular? That your divine individuality and following it, in other words, listening, knowing that I am that which is the one, I am one with the one, practicing that I am one with the one, drawing and listening, actually listening for that guidance, for which way do I go, which way do I turn. For example, what I do in parking situations, if I don't see what looks like my right and perfect parking place, I will stop the car. I will close my eyes just for a second, not in case there's anybody behind me, and invite the guidance of my I am presence to show me where my parking place is. And when I do that, not trying to create one, but allowing the universe to show me where it is, it opens the door. So when we begin, and I park well. Right? But it's I of myself am nothing. It is the power within me that does the work, right? So the more that we rise up to that awareness of our divine individuality and allow it to guide us, and we think, oh, well, then I'm not a free person. Oh, no, you're a free person. You don't have to listen to the divine guidance that's coming to you, in you, as you, from you. It is you. You don't have to listen to it. But if you don't listen to it, you're operating solo instead of operating with the law of harmony, with the law of synchronicity, with the law of creativity, with the law of inspiration, right? All of that's the same law. It's coming from your I am awareness. Ola from North Carolina. We got both Carolinas today. All right, nice to have you all with us this morning. Good to see you. So here's a great, I love the philosopher Ernest Holmes. I love a lot of wisdom teachers. There are wisdom teachers from the past. We have a lot of wisdom teachers living on the planet right now. And you'll be guided to find those voices and those writings that are inspirational and important to you and will help you grow your consciousness today to become more of what it is that you're wanting to attract in the world. Health and wealth and love and success are normal, and yet we have to align with the allness of life in order to experience that, in order to hear that divine guidance and watch it lead us into the right choices in our lives, which will bring, hey, the Reverend Doc Janine is from New York. We're all over the place today. We're so glad you're here. So here's this great line from the philosopher Ernest Holmes. I love it. Incarnated within each one of us is not only a divine spark, not only an incarnation of the living spirit of the cosmos, but a unique presentation of the cosmic whole. How about that? Who you are and what you are is a unique slice of the wholeness of all of life. I am one with the one, perfect spirit, perfect mind, perfect body. I am one with that, and I am one with the law of creation. That which I think about comes about, that which God knows appears, is, right? And I am that. So the more I know myself as one with that which is whole, complete, and perfect, one with that which is the abundance of life, one with that which is the perfect flow of life, then I am making the demand upon the law of synchronicity to bring forth my good. Now, I'll tell you a story. One of our colleagues with us, participating with us today, is a captain of a boat, much like I get to captain my own boat. I mean, literally, we're all captains of our own ship, but I mean, in this case, I have like a boat. I like to play on the water with boats. And the captain was telling me in a story, in fact, she told it on Facebook, that all of a sudden her boat was taking on water. And so they were bailing the boat from the water, didn't know where it was coming from yet. They were bailing it with buckets and sponges and trying to get it out. And right at that divine moment, the pump boat goes by. There it is. There's synchronicity, meaning your own consciousness through the law of the circle is creating demand upon the universe that whatever the answers are that you need in your life, they shall appear. What if you actually knew that? And out of the unique slice of the cosmic whole that you are, through the law of the circle, through the law of divine synchronicity, when you make a demand upon the universe, in tune with the universe, that demand is answered. And that which looks like a challenge becomes an opportunity. And that's what's happening in our lives right now. We've taken the fear out. We're no longer afraid to death. We are aware of the divisiveness in the world. Today, for example, in Great Britain, there's a new prime minister, right? So change is always happening. And the focus in Great Britain is on similar challenges that we see here in the United States, that we're seeing in Canada, that we've seen all around the world, in every nation of the world. All people are one with the one. And each neighborhood, each group, there's a word in the Aramaic language called pagra, the energy of a group. Each group is attracting, whether it's a neighborhood, a state, a church, a community, each group is attracting according to the vibration of that group. Now here we are gathering in what is available 24/7 on YouTube and Facebook, looking at ideas of personal empowerment, of belonging to the universe, and from that belonging to the universe, making the decision to make a contribution to the universe. Humanity needs you. Humanity needs my youngest grandchildren. Humanity needs my oldest grandchildren. Humanity needs my brothers. Humanity needs my sisters. Humanity needs my friends, my colleagues. Humanity needs the vibration that we are creating in Coffee with Casper, a desire to draw from the universe all the good we can and then recirculate that good back into the universe through the gift of our divine individuality. The more that I recognize that my divine individuality synchronizes with your divine individuality, the more we become a place where we are actually beginning to reveal the wholeness and therefore the holiness of what it is to be a human experience, what it is to have the opportunity to feel. We here in Southern California have been dealing with almost a 2-week heat wave of it getting way over 100 for the last 2 weeks. I noticed something wonderful because I haven't had any blankets on. The fan in our room blows and it turns. You know, it's a swiveling fan, and I noticed as the wind from the fan was crossing my body as the fan is turning, that it was almost like it was massaging me. It would the wind would go this way, and the wind would go that way. Last week, I had the opportunity several times here in this ginormous heat to jump into the ocean, and the sensations of being an incarnate body and the things that we can experience in this body. It's a heavenly opportunity. We came from the light. We came from the light with an intention. We put on a coat of skins so that we could be one with the light, so that we could celebrate the light, so that we could attract the light, so that we could magnify the light and bring it into the human condition to help heal and uplift, to deal with the problems of housing, which is now a global issue, the affordable housing, and how do we deal with all of the challenges in the world? We do it the same way we lift ourselves up. We go deep within, we quiet the mind, and we ask, what is it that I can do? How is it that I can serve? What is the best way for me to unlock the knots in my own life, and therefore become an avenue where I can help other people undo the knots in their lives? And sometimes we've tied ourselves into some complicated knots. And by undoing, by seeking and asking, and by turning to that which is our mission, everybody came here. We came from the light. We put on a coat of skins. We came to experience what it is to be in this body. We came to experience what it is to be, my friend, the Reverend Dr. David Fears used to say, what is to be kinetic, not just potential, not just spirit in potential or love in potential, but to be the place where the love becomes kinetic, where we hit the human, we touch, we embrace, we create a wave in the human condition. Everybody's creating waves. That's what God does. Takes our vibrations, those vibrations create waves, and they affect everything. You ever thrown a rock into a tiny pond? You see what those ripples do? That's what we're all doing. We're making waves. But we can make the waves that are in tune with our divine individuality. Our divine individuality is that slice of the whole universe, of the whole cosmos, that we can recreate. And the more we draw on the cosmos itself, the more we draw on that which is energy or source or God, the more we identify with I am that which is that I am. The more we identify with that, the more we pull it through into the world, the more we are the place where we're bringing forth the healing. Behold, you are a great uplifter in the world. You came to make a cosmic difference and to have a really good time. As Joseph Campbell said, to find your unique way to experience life, to discover your bliss, and to open yourself up to be the avenue where more and more of that bliss happenings in you, as you, through you, and to you. You deserve your good because you are one with the one. The more that you identify with it, the more that you focus on it, the more that you invite it into your life to make this day, this is the day the law of life has brought to me. And I am going to rejoice and be glad in it. I will find the ways to create. I will find the ways to be grateful. I will find the ways to appreciate life's touching me today. That's what we can do. We can go beyond the newspapers. We can go beyond what the race is doing. And we can be a place where the light of our own soul is shining. And the more you let the light of your own soul shine, the better things get. Not only for you, but for you and everybody who touches the experience of your world. Who you are is something special. Dwell on it. Experience it. Enjoy it. Be it. And until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light and with the light. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. If you found anything valuable here this week with Coffee with Casper, share it any way and every way you can. We'll be back next week with Coffee with Casper. And until then, shine your light and expect your good. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now. Come on up, Casper. Come on up. Where are you? There you are. Come on. Say goodbye to everybody. There you go. All right. We'll see you next week on Coffee with Casper. Bye for now.